What is going on, YouTube? All right, happy Friday. Happy Friday. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. We're gonna be chilling tonight, just hanging out. It's a rainy day here at my house. Hopefully it's not gonna be a dreary weekend because we're thinking about taking the dogs to the dog park, but looks like that plan is going to be scratched. It's gonna be scratched because I think the thing at the dog park is if it has a lot of rain, it generally gets really muddy, and I'm not about to bring my doggies into the house all muddied up. Let's go ahead and get some action rolling here. So as you guys can see, our guild is full, but I'm not sure, but I was told we're still recruiting one more person. So if you're interested, please just go to any of my most recent videos, and in the description in those videos, they're gonna be invitation to joining my Discord, and feel free to apply. There is an actual dedicated channel now that's gonna be on the very bottom of the Discord where you get to post your account and things like that. And if you're interested, we're still, I believe, looking for one more person. But if we are not, still come hang out anyways. So as you guys can see, we are in Diamond 1. It is stiff competition. But lately, I've been having a little bit easier time. I don't know why. I'm not exactly sure what is going on. Maybe I'm getting stronger, or maybe it's just a matter of matching. I think a lot of times, getting a good matchup in Guild Wars ultimately leads to some stars. Good evening, Kinzen. How we doing? How are we doing today? So we are very close to the next level, okay? We are very close. I believe we are going to be hitting Champion 3. Now, I know there's no Masters, and I know there's no Legends, because I think collectively we are all still at the point of gathering trophies. So I think the entire server is somewhere along champion level in terms of the highest guilds. I could be wrong on that. So, but looks like we are getting set to be promoted to champion, which is kind of crazy because our guild is not like the hardcore of all hardcore guilds. We do have a very fine selection of free-to-play players. In fact, one of our co-guild leaders is actually a free-to-play player, and he's doing really well, and his strategy is very sound. So for me personally, I'm thinking of showcasing his strategy, and I don't think it's anything new per se, but I think it's a very sound strategy to try to approach stardom, as you will, in terms of combat, right? Especially in terms of arena and guild wars. So we are stuck on Diamond 2. We keep losing when we get Diamond 1. I'm sorry. I think that's just like, it does happen. Like our record, like we lose quite a few sometimes. Like we'll be losing like 3 or 4 straight, and then other times we'll go on like this tear. We'll win like 4 straight, and I think sometimes it has to do with just, I think it has to do with luck, right? As you can see, we just filled up, so now we're fighting another filled up guild, a Korean guild. I'm pretty sure we fought this guild before because I remember this guy Ragnarok. So it looks like we have the blubber of blubber fighting us, and this is our record. Like, it's like very odd. Like sometimes we'll go on this like tear. Look at this, 4 wins, right? But then there'll be times where we'll go and lose a bunch, right? It's just what it is. And that's it's just how it goes, you know? Like there's nothing you can do about it, you know? Nothing you can do about it. So let me feature the new folks that have joined the guild. Let's see if they're here. Delita66 is our new member. As you can see, he's got a pretty solid squad. He's got Dwayne, he's got Kane, and he's got KOR, right? So that's a pretty solid looking squad. We got essentially a dark team. I personally feel like this team is pretty strong, but I don't know about performance, right? You can take a look at the party ability here. Looks like he got this maxed. This card is not maxed. This is nowhere near maxed. And looks like Odin is not maxed either. But anywho, he is our new member. And hopefully we'll get active really soon and get some more wins in the belt, under our belt. Take a look at mine. See, mine is 20, so mine is maxed. This is maxed. And my Ramu definitely needs some work, folks. My Ramu needs some work, man. Like Rama. These names. Hey Kendra, how we doing? How we doing? I'm starting to think that I need to push my streams farther and farther back in terms of timing, because I know like there's a lot of folks that kind of come kind of late. Usually the beginning is very slow start. So I'm thinking about it because, you know, Friday night, you know, I can maybe just enjoy like a basketball game and then maybe stream maybe towards later on. We'll see how it goes. Good evening, Edward. How you doing? Appreciate the support, by the way, in the comment section of my newest episode of Friday Free Thinking, Edward. That was very kind of you to have the words that you wrote. I think, personally, I'm not burned out at all. Like, actually, the last week, I've been playing a little bit more so than before. And for me, it's kind of like, I get this, like, recharge energy feeling every, like, so often. And I feel very refreshed this week. So for me, like, I definitely feel like I'm more, like, I don't want to say reborn or anything, but I definitely have this new surge of energy. Okay. Looks like there's a lot of gunners. This Korean guild is going all about gunners. So this is a combination. This is very nasty combo. Okay, so the other day I fought a Ayaka, I think it was a tank, and Niv. And I just got smoked. Like, I had no chance. I think they just had a lot of speed on me. And there was just a lot of short, quick damage over and over. And I just couldn't keep up. So, hey Koi, how you doing? Hey Koi, you came early tonight, huh? Normally you don't hang out with us probably till like, I don't know, 10:30. So I think Niv is definitely legit. I think she's a legitimate unit. I think the fact that her support ability is just smooth. Like, I call it smooth, right? She has a very smooth game. I like her a lot. And I love the design of her. Like, I love the design. And I think I got to see her in action with her killer bow. The killer bow, like, aesthetically matches her design so well. Like, with the dark gunmetal, the spikes, and then she has her, what is the word I'm looking for? She has her thing where she has all her arrows, her quiver, right? She has her quiver on her, like, right backside. It just looks so nice. Kind of wish I had that. But I do have some good news to announce. Remember that friend that gave away that account to me to give away? I believe it was the Halloween Ryu. He is back, and apparently he's been playing, and he hit me up today. Thank you, Hawk. It's Quiver, guys. So he hit me up today, and he told me that he's been playing this game. And awesome, Koi. Awesome. Actually, I should probably tell people to smash that bell or ring that bell, as people like to say, because the notification does allow people to come join the chat. But I feel like people who join us on Friday evenings, are like the regulars. They usually, if they don't have much to do, they will come hang out anyways, right? That's why we need to approach 1,000 subscribers, because when I have that function where I can just type in stream tonight or not streaming tonight, it makes it a little bit easier for the future. I just posted on Instagram. I haven't posted on Instagram in a long time. I think mostly because I don't know really a lot of people who play this game care too much about Instagram. I chose Instagram over the other ones because it's a little bit easier to use, I feel like, you know. I think a lot of people like Twitter. But maybe I'll do Twitter later on too. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm not really a huge fan of social media because I don't try to use it for any reason other than just to give more information about my channel, so to speak. So, okay, so we're gonna have to fight. There's a lot of people alive here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And to be honest, they all look the same. If you judge this account and this account, it's clearly this guild did communicate with each other. I bet you $1,000, right? I bet you $1,000. These two accounts is probably identical in terms of units. It looks like they got some evasion and they got some range. This account looks straight up like a lot of nasty attackers, physical attackers, as you can see the level there. Look at these. This guild is definitely favoring a lot of heavy attackers. Since I have, oh my goodness. Sorry, excuse me. Since I have no fire units, I think Luartha might tear these units up, but I don't have Luartha, so. This is a tough one, guys. This is really tough. I don't know if I'm gonna be winning some fights here. Let's see, how do we do in terms of. We do have a lot of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we have 15 attackers left. You should do something like Umbra. He makes a short video saying he will be online in a few minutes on Twitch. You were talking about that guy who gave away an account. Yes, so I was talking about the guy who gave away an account. So that guy who gave away his account, I guess he got a new job or something. He's doing something different now. So he started playing. He has more free time. Or maybe he's allowed to play at work. Whatever the case is. He hasn't given me the fine details. But he texted me a couple of days ago saying he's back playing the game. And he's working pretty diligently. And he's actually made a lot of good progress. And he's thinking about letting me use his account for a little bit to feature, I guess you guys figure out by now, Niv. So I might do a video on her soon because I don't know what his progress is. You know, obviously I don't know where he's at with all that, but I think I would definitely maybe do that. Like maybe showcase to the community how badass Niv is. But again, if he's starting new, he probably doesn't have anything like fancy in terms of equipment and things like that. Even though today in the Friday Free Thinking episode, I did mention the fact that you don't want to burn out in terms of farming gear, right? Because you can definitely actually go without some of the best gears in the game in terms of the highest rated, highest ranking, and still be okay, you know? Like if you're like, okay, so for example, if you're like, I'm not gonna bother pulling it out, but if you're in the highest ranking of guilds and you're fighting each other, right? You probably will need some of the best stuff. But if you don't have it, chances are you're probably not in those guilds anyways, right? You know what I mean? Like, you're probably not in the higher ranking of arena anyways. So then what are the chances of you caring too much about those type of things? I don't think he cares too much about those things. So I think it would be nice to just have access to it. Excuse me. And then just kind of maybe feature her. Take it for a spin in arena or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll text him. Maybe see where he's at in terms of account. Hey, Ski, how you doing? Yeah, he told me he came back because he wanted to summon on Final Fantasy IV. So, yeah, I would imagine you're right. Niv is probably broken in live PvP. And by the way, Ski, I did go ahead and did a house cleaning on the situation where I cleaned it all up. where I make sure I give credit where credit was for that specific killer bow website where that person did the comparison. So yeah, so that's some good news, and that's a little bit more content coming our way here next week or so. We'll see where he is, and we're gonna have to work out the details because of course he's gonna have to let me borrow using his account on my computer, and there's no terms of violation as long as the person who owns the account are responsible for the actions, right? Obviously I know him, so I'm not gonna be doing too much about it, you know, gonna go mess shit up on his account or anything. So good start this collab. Started playing 3 months ago, and the first thing that I did was to check the upcoming units. The moment that I saw Nip, I knew I should save my Lapis for her. Yeah, like, you know, that's the thing. That's the other thing I touched up on, right, Hawk, is the fact that there's nothing wrong with saving at all, but just be prepared and be mindful. Don't like go crazy on a banner, right? Have some limits, because I don't think 2021 is going to be catering to the concept of 2020 mindset of playing this game, right? When I first started, I was like hoarding gems, hoarding Lapis, hoarding Busy Words, whatever you guys want to call them, and just save like 40, 50K and then just try to go all out on units. But that seemed to be very wasteful, especially as we're playing this game longer and longer, right? Because in your case, you're only playing 3 months, so you probably need a lot of gaps. There's a lot of gaps to be filled. But for a lot of players like me and a lot of folks that have been playing since initial release, you will just be essentially faced with way too many things that are going to be redundant. And the game is designed well enough that even redundant things can be currency. And I think that's the beauty of the way they're designing it. But I think the best time really to summon for non-limited units will be once the EX Job 25 comes out. Then anything abundant, you can actually transition into direct, you know, utilizing those tokens and whatnot. I think that would be the best time. Hey, good evening, Pedro, or I should say good morning, Pedro. Hey, Heavy Square, how you doing? No sharpshooter guaranteed skill. Skill not perfected unit like Hadolia. Yeah, that's a good point. Does she not have sharpshoot? I'm not sure. I haven't played her. And I think that's one thing I noticed is that I kind of venture away from doing review videos, right? Because as I mentioned before, there's no reason to make review videos if I don't have the unit in hand. And that's something maybe I can start talking to folks who have access to different units if they trust me enough to use their accounts and things like that. Going forward, I actually have people contact me saying they're more than willing to let me use their account to feature units, equipment, and things like that. And I thought to myself, it kind of makes sense, right? Because there's plenty of content creators on YouTube. In fact, when you type in World Visions or WOTV, there's tons of new people posting stuff every single day now. I think the game is getting bigger and bigger, you know? And so the way I look at it is, I think it's perfectly fine if people trust specific content creators' opinions. And for me, I don't really sure about people more or less trusting my opinions. I think it's more or less about just appreciating a different person's perspective. Like if you appreciate some people's perspective, then I think that's what ultimately attracts them to clicking on their content and their reviews and things like that. I'm pretty sure there's tons of good gamers in this community, tons of good people that are more than willing to share their opinions, but you know, maybe their time, maybe they just don't feel like, you know, posting content or things like that. So I think sometimes it's a good way to funnel that sort of energy towards people who are representing the community, if you will. So that's something I'm looking forward and thinking about, is maybe that's something I want to do in the future. And this is not one of those games where summons are like fun, right? Because I remember I used to play this game, Summoners Wars, right? You guys know this by now. And this guy, every Saturday, he will have people email their account information, and he will like summon all day long for literally the entire morning of Saturday. He will access something like 15 to 50 accounts, and all he does is summon 4 people. And it makes for great content. I'm pretty sure he's still doing it now. I'm not so sure people are like that on this game, and I'm not so sure that people care enough for others to summon for them. You know, like I think there's this whole mentality about time gates, IPs, and things like that, right? And like I said, it's no violation as long as the person who owns the account give permission to whoever is using the account. Obviously, you take the risk of losing your account in case something happens along the way. But where do I have to go? Why would I want to steal people's accounts? It's not like I'm selling accounts on the side or anything, right? I mean, it's not something that I do, and that's not something I condone anyways, right? So I remember somebody tried to post that on one of my account giveaways, and he's like, "Oh, I got this account for sale," and I quickly banned that person from the channel simply because we don't want that kind of crap, you know, here. You know, a lot of people spend a lot of money, and you don't want to kind of like jeopardize anything, you know, with that kind of stuff. But anyways, that's something that I'm thinking about, like maybe content. Like I know some people like to review other people's accounts, and that seems to be very popular among other gacha games. But like I said, for this game, I don't know if that kind of feature, that kind of content is as popular. And it's probably actually not really needed, because the reason I made today's video, right, the Friday Free Thinking, is to try to get people to come out and kind of tell me how they enjoy playing the game. And I was very pleasantly surprised that some folks came on and typed in the comment section how they're playing the game. This one person obviously said that he doesn't care about raids, he doesn't care about climbing arena, he doesn't care about PvP. All he wants to do is collect units and play at the pace that he wants to play. And he doesn't need to build every unit, but as long as he have the units that he enjoy looking at every day, you know, this person's happy. And I think that's a great way of looking at this game. You know, here I am sitting here, you know, getting ready to do a guild battle, when in actuality it's not something that makes me, you know, giggly inside all the time. You know, guild battles for me sometimes can be very stressful. And I generally speaking like to do guild battles on Friday during my stream because, well, you know, it's something that if other viewers like to enjoy watching other people do, it is something I don't mind doing, but it's not exactly my favorite aspect of the game. You know, it's very stressful in that sense, right? You're like gambling about this whole fog of war here, and you know, if you lose, it makes you kind of look crappy, and it makes you feel kind of crappy, you know. But if you win, it does make you feel kind of good inside, right? Either way, it's kind of a hit or miss for me, in other words. But anyway, so that's something that I feel like it's important to understand, that everybody needs to approach this game the way they want to approach it. Okay, let's get serious now. Let's get serious. I think I want to target. So here's the situation. I've noticed that with my team, which I was hoping to switch out Little Leela for Niv if I ever got her, right? I was hoping to do that because I realized Little Leela is just so damn squishy against a lot of these heavy hitters in this game, whether it be physical attackers or magic attackers. So essentially she needs to stay in the background. So I twitched her up a little bit. I tweaked her, not twitch. I tweaked her up a little bit to have her just cast a lot of shields and protect in the back, and just have her stay in the background as much as possible. So ideally, if I go against physical attackers, I ideally want to go against slash attackers, right? That's kind of the thing, but this is all ranged. And there's not much I could do to prepare for that. So I think I might have to go against physical attackers because I'm not really prepared. I'm not really prepared against magical attackers. So it's gonna have to be like these guys, the heavy physical attack power and light magic. So I'm looking at this person with the 4 Korean letters. No, what did I say? 5 Korean letters. When we look their name up, it's gonna be 5 Korean letters. 5 Korean letters. All right, maybe this one. Okay, this guy's easy to look at. His name is Silver. It's 3 Korean letters. But what's the difference between these 3 Korean letters and these other ones? So, oh man, now there's 3. Okay. There's a possibility that these guys might snipe my guy right out of the air, huh? Actually, no, they probably won't, because they won't have enough. They won't have enough AP to do a barrage. So maybe I should just attack this, regardless of who they have, right? Silver and this guy. This is my best chance, I feel like. Let's take a look at this guy. So that's current symbol. Okay, let's look it up. Let's look it up. All right, so let's where his. I can recognize it. Here it is. This is him. So that's a lot of slash. That's a lot of slash. So this is a potential here. I mean, it's also a potential I just die, but. Where is Silver? Mr. Silver, where are you? I apologize. Maybe I shouldn't have said Mr. I should say Silver, where are you? Here it is. So Silver has this guy. I think I'm maybe better matched for the second team, right? Second team is all slash. I mean, I'll probably still get wrecked. But hey, we're not here to worry about too much. And never mind, someone's attacking TC. Is someone watching my stream and sniping my guys? Somebody just sniped my attack. Okay. Yo, what's up, Ben? How you doing? I try not to miss when you came in. I try. Okay, so I got sniped in that attack. Well, I mean, I have to understand that there is, what, 14 attackers on our side that haven't attacked. So I did all that work, and they're gone. Okay, Silver is still here. Okay, I think that guy is dead. Who killed him? Somebody killed him. Oh, they tricked me anyways. It turns out that it was I think it was Stanley that hit him up. I think it was Stanley. By the way, Stanley is one of our recruiters. So, alright then. Okay, so it looks like we're going after Silver, boys and girls. Or should we go for Lamel? Lamiel. Okay, let's look up Lamiel, because why not? Did you see that triple threat, sisters? No. Did you post a video? You got me beat because I'm still working hard trying to get my sisters up. It's taking a lot of work. Maybe you should just feature them. Looks like that's all slash. Okay, well, we got a new target, boys and girls. Is Lamiel. Oh no, they switched it up on me. Something. Okay, whatever. You know what? I ain't got time for that. Maybe you should post it. You should just post it and then I'll ninja it and then put it on my channel and give you all the credit, obviously, because it's your stuff. No, he didn't change. What happened? I think I don't know what happened, but the gear, I don't know. The numbers seem different to me, huh? Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me or something. You know, it's like watching these auto battles. It's kind of like watching a mini movie, right? It's like you're watching a mini movie. So that was the shield. Oh, you sent it to my Discord. Okay, cool, awesome. I'll check it out tonight after I get off. So not much damage there as expected. That is a lot of damage. I really can't. I don't like Laswell at all, man. Laswell is so mean. I'm dead. What is this? A full evasion team? Karada, very nice. Catastrophe for the extra damage. That did nothing there. Okay, that death is expected. But my question is, what has my Kane been doing? He's just been sitting there. Yeah, this is the evasion team. So this is not looking too good here, guys. Not looking too good. Not enough to kill my guys because I have heals. But I gotta be able to get a hit in here or else this game is gonna be over pretty quickly here. They got some healers too. They're not doing a whole lot of damage. You can see my slash resistance is working as intended. Can I please get a kill here, guys? I'm getting a little worried. I'm getting a tad bit worried. Okay. I drew first blood. I drew first blood. I drew first blood. Here we go. Oh no, no, don't. Don't, no heals. I mean, no res. I'm still looking pretty solid here, guys. I'm looking pretty solid. Yes. Whew. What the? This doesn't get easier. Oh, yes. We did it, boys and girls. That was nice. What's going on, King? Oh boy, I got my boy King here. He just witnessed the win that I just got right now. That was amazing. It was like watching a story unfold. The ups and downs, the ups and downs. That was a good fight. That was a good fight. That was a great fight, actually. That was like literally entertainment of the month. That was probably the best. That was probably one of the best fights I got here. All right. See, so that was my plan, right? I knew that's what I was going for because my team is geared towards slashers, which in this day and age is probably ill-advised, right? Because think about it. Everyone's going Pierce. By the way, my Leviathan is a Leviathan. My fish boy is coming along pretty nicely. So I think we got silver to fight because even if I do not draw any blood from silver, I'll take the fact that we just open up the map for it. Yeah, that was definitely a nail biter. That like I should have recorded that one and put that on. I could record it. I could re-record it and then upload it onto YouTube. I would do that. That was a nail biter, and that was quite fun and quite entertaining. So I don't know what little Leela is doing. She decides to walk there and get killed. See? She's confused somehow. Laswell is very, very, very strong. And not strong enough because I just murdered him one shot. Okay, never mind. He's back. He's back, boys and girls. It's okay. I have to kill Laswell twice. Laswell is such a good unit that you have to kill him twice. Okay, I'm still alive. Don't hit me with the AoE here, though. Dang it, I lost. That was nothing I can done there, though. It's alright. I don't know why Kane bunched up there, right? I got one kill. I'm happy with it. Like, Leela was just being stupid. I didn't turn off Protect or I didn't turn off Protect or Barrier or whatever. I don't know what the hell he was doing. Homegirl decides like, I'm strong, I'm tough, I'm buff, I'm gonna go get it on. She's stupid. She's so dumb. Okay, I know before you guys rag on me about the 10,000 thing, I know somebody ragged on me last time. It was second. He ragged on me. Don't rag on me. I'm not ready to commit to this yet. But when I do commit, y'all better watch out. It's going to be a lot of commitment. All right. That was quite exciting, boys and girls. That was exciting. That was very exciting. At least you wanted the Kane Courage. Yeah, her AP was low, but she has TP. She used TP skills, right? Okay, let's do a quick update on my account in terms of what I've been up to. Pretty sneaky that I am. Sneaky here. You know, I do a pretty good Yoda impression, so I might do an entire video of just me speaking like Yoda, like, much equipment you have. All right, and I don't want that to be cringe because I know there's a lot of Star Wars fans out there. So my
Certified you have, hmm?
Certified is the newest update. I will actually, you know what? Do we have enough to do this now? No, I don't have enough books. Killer Bow, I'm at 112. So I was thinking tonight, maybe we can do. How about we do some brutal challenge? How about we do some brutal farming for the Killer Bow if you guys are up for it? Because I'm pretty sure I need to do my requirements to get those free items. Damn, you made 3 of them? My goal is just to make 2. 1 assault and 1 critical. And of course, I have my purple lightning ready to go, boys and girls, right? I mean, I'm a long shot away. Maybe in the next raid I will hit hard on these things, but this thing you can farm on your own. This thing you have to farm during raids. So I got the recipe last raid. That was my plan. I do need to farm a ton of these things. 630. Wow, that's wow. 500 times, was it 500 each? That's 250,000. I literally have to dedicate 1 raid to get this weapon. That's insanity. I have my Healing Mace Part 2. Elven Bow, I can make 1. I can make 1 Ice Lance. As you can see, I can make many more Ragnaroks, which I don't care for. I might have to make a Rune Blade now that my super sexy boy is ready to go. And then Lionheart, I'm not going to buy the recipes until the last day of the event because it's super cheap and easy to get. This, unfortunately, was my fail. Because I don't have any Rune Knights, I did not actually farm it because I was just having some rest days. It's like you go to the gym. It's like, this is a perfect analogy, right? You go to the gym, you pump iron, you get on the treadmill, whatever you do, like tire flipping, you know, MMA training, whatever it is that you do, right? And then you have to have some days off during the week. You know what I mean? So I got my days off, and that was the week I took off not to farm any Lohengrin. I regret it because subsequently now I have Howlet. And I definitely need to farm this when it comes back. And hopefully I'll get Howlet up a little bit faster than I really want to. Again, that video is coming tomorrow. I think that's my plan. I want to make this video tomorrow talking about the strategy aspect of the game, right? I'm really enjoying the strategy series that I'm trying to create here, and I'll talk about in detail what I want to do or what I'm recommending to players to do. And I'm getting my full guild support on this. I've been asking them to post little miniature videos of them using the strategy that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, and hopefully it will make a fine video, maybe a 2-part series breaking down into 1 day so you guys don't get overwhelmed with like a 30-minute video. Or maybe I can keep you guys hanging for next week, maybe just part 1 tomorrow and part 2 next week. I don't know, we'll see. But this is one thing I'm hoping the game will give us. Like, what, seriously, what am I going to do with 494 copies of this recipe? Am I going to really build, you know, an army of this sword? No, I'm not. So is there a way I can do something with recipes, Gumi, Square Enix? Justin, if you're watching this stream, if you're kind enough to grace us with your presence, which I know he's not, because I'm just the small potatoes in the pond right now. But there has to be ways we can do something with all these recipes. Okay, why am I looking at these things, by the way? I apologize. So Thermasa has been a little tricky for me. It's been a little tricky for me because I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm thinking about making 2+4s here. And today I started playing around on my free-to-play account, trying to build this thing. It's very hard to get full magic of 120 on this bad boy. So I don't know if you guys are having luck out there, but I'm certainly not having the luck getting this to 120. So, especially with map, don't leave us hanging. Yeah, I won't leave you hanging. Hey, that's a great idea, King. That's a great way to sell it, right? It's kind of like, here's a little trailer for part 2. We'll see how I do tomorrow, though. You know what I mean? If you're a small potato, then who I am? Who am I? I don't know, Pedro. Why do you consider yourself to be a small potato? Tamasa is hard. Edward, seriously, like, on my free-to-play account, I literally do whatever I want. I have no reservations. I literally just spend resources left and right. Because any given moment, you know, I can just say whatever to that account. Even though that account actually does fairly well for where it is. But for some weird reason, this is a very dangerous you are to be trying to max out the magic. That is way harder to max this magic out compared to the platinum mace. And maybe that's the way they want it. And the other thing is, you only get half, right? Was it 50% of magic? So therefore, essentially, even if you get 120 maxed out, you only get 60 back if you're equipping it with a weapon of some sort. So idealistically, I don't think you really need to max it. Maxing it out just simply means you're min-maxing for sure. So I do want to make 2 of these because, again, this is going to coincide with my plan for tomorrow. And of course, the Bale Gauntlet. Actually, Bale Gauntlet is quite easy to farm if you run multiplayer. This is something that you probably easily can get 2 copies of very easily. So, yeah, I heard about Gunblade. Actually, I ran into this video someone was posting about Gunblades and if you should go assault or whatever, aim, whatever. Personally, I think the Gunblade is more like a niche thing anyways. I'm just going to leave it hanging out. Because I'm a way smaller potato than... Well, listen, we're all potatoes, okay? Remember, I am a tater. Tater means... Like, Nash taters means potato, right? Meaning Nash is a potato. It is. Nash essentially was a play on the word mash, like mashed potatoes. Tater means potatoes, right? In the South. So Nash taters is a play on the word Nash taters, which is play on the word mashed potatoes. So in terms of update on the raid is very easy, I think, for the most part. Plenty of players are actually one-shotting the level 80. I unfortunately am not one-shotting it. I am merely spending 1 free and 1 orb. So essentially, I'm spending 1 orb, right? Essentially, that's what it is. I nearly maxed Tamasa. Okay, you're very lucky, Pedro, because I can't do it. So the other thing is, by my calculations, you get a +1 copy at level 40, and you get a +3 copy at level 79. So what essentially that means is you're gonna have 15 plus 3, 18 minus 63 is 45. 45 times 2,000 is 90,000. So once you have 90,000, you can buy 45 copies. As you can see, I can't because I don't have 90,000. Then after that, I will just be working on getting these rainbows. Most likely do not care about these. And then I am done with this raid. And then anything extra, I'm gonna dump it all into Sacred Tree Saps. Because you need tons and tons of these things. All accessories and whatnot, I'm probably gonna be needing Sacred Tree Saps. So that's my recommendation. No, why do I need to buy it? I don't need it. I'm not building Homeboy. Speaking of Homeboy, let's summon for fun. Shits and giggles. 120 mag on Gilgamesh is awesome. That is true. If you use it on Gilgamesh, easy raid. I use 1 orb plus whatever the free first time around is. Okay, so I have 22. Let's summon. Oh wait, animation skipped. So stream unluckiness. You guys don't need to see the animation, right? Who cares about animation? Very unlucky there. So it looks like stream thing. Oh my, you giving up on free? Yeah, I am. I don't care about Thancred. What is the infatuation with Thancred? Let me see. It's not daily, right? The rate is... Yeah, this is... How much is this? Oh, it's only 6 grand. Yeah, you're right. I probably should just get this. Right? I should just get it. You're right. There's no reason. So, Essentially, after I get these 3 things, then I'll get this one. It's not really free if you think about it, because if they do a rerun again and they do the exact same format, then all of us, almost all of us, will have a level 120 Thancred, right? He got another mastery, it makes him a god. I'm at 192. It's looking pretty. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm buying anything and everything up for him. I'm not spending any gems to get him. I mean, he does look cool, right? He is very military looking, so. I don't value the rainbow. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I'm not valuing it more. I mean, like I said, it's only 6 grand, so I'll just buy it. It's not like a daily thing. I'm buying the ones from the shop, so as you saw, there was no luck there. So, okay. So that's my update. Let's go ahead and take a look at this bad boy here, this new bad boy. Water King. Look at this thing. This thing is essentially just a giant pikefish. You know, in China, we used to eat this, I think it's called belt fish. It looks just like this. It's like this long fish. It's silver. It's like a belt. And it's so good. My mom used to pan fry it. And then like put some garlic and some pepper and some salt, soy sauce, and stew it for a little bit. Oh man, the meat I remember is so tasty. But it also had a lot of bones. So this kind of reminds me of a pikefish. I never thought Leviathan would look like that, but as you can see, I'm pretty low on light blue magicites, but I just kind of wanted to see his training board. Pierce resistance, water resistance. I think water resistance will come pretty handy later on. Pierce resistance. I think we have plenty of pierce resistance already. Fire Eater. Esper Killer, huh? What the hell is Esper Killer? Wow, anybody know what Esper Killer does? Hey, Illegit, long time no see. Wow, where have you been? Oh my goodness, when was the last time? Were you here like a couple of weeks ago? It's been a long time. Pat fried. Pat fried Leviathan with garlic. It's pan fried. Pan fried. Yummies. Oh, okay, thank you. It came from 15, okay. Wait, Kensen, are you referring to Thancred? Because I don't think Thancred is very useful for me. Those raid with... Oh. Okay, yeah, you're right. Maybe this is good for, like, what do you call those? Like, you use this when you're killing these espers. Oh, you know what? You use the Esper Killer to fight against the espers when you're farming their shards to increase their star level. Far plane chambers. That's what I was thinking too. Yep, that's a good idea. Of course, we talked about the fact that it is water attack, eats fire. But I think this water resistance perhaps is way more powerful than the attack, right? Because this game seems to lean towards the idea of boosting up defense over offense. Although it's probably going to be a fine balance, especially for Guild Wars, but for other scenarios, whew, this is looking pretty sexy. A 25% magic water resistance. That's a lot of tankiness, right? Well, King, I think, are they making the 3 stars very, very hard? Because I think that's what it's probably designed for. Because those things are really, really hard. It's a little bit challenging. At least maybe not overwhelmingly hard, but at least it's challenging. So I think for me, I'm definitely probably going to use it for water attack. And then kind of like use the reset board if need be to kind of go with the water resistance. I think water resistance for me is where I want to spend my points. Yeah, Confusion is very good too. And by the way, I was told that these light blue Magicites are currently on an increased rate, and if you use it to farm. Oh, look at these nice eggs. So that's what I'm setting mine up. I'm setting it to be 50% for the event and then 50% for the light blue Magicites. I'm looking for some extra large. That's what she said. Vision cards update. Hey, do you guys remember that show Unsolved Mysteries?
Unsolved Mysteries you watch, hmm?
I really love Yoda, man. Yoda's like my favorite character probably. Besides, obviously, everybody loves Lord Vader, but I must say I love Yoda because the way he talked. Good times. But I'm essentially completely off the Star Wars bandwagon though. I sold all my collectibles years ago. Have we talked about the vision card? Nope, not yet. I'm about to get there right now. So illegit, what have you been doing? I know you're running a pretty badass guild. Like, what are you up to? Of course I remember you. I follow you and you follow me on Instagram. Let's take a look at the Leviathan. Here we go. Pierce attack resistance, which is pretty solid. But as you guys saw earlier, I had no issues against Pierce, right? Like, their piercing couldn't kill me because I had enough defense. And ultimately, it matters a lot when you have a lot of defense. Almost anybody and everybody and their mom can actually use this. Attack boost up. And it looks like a lot of the light units can use this. So I think Oron J made a video recently. He was talking about how he thinks that light units can benefit from this card. And I'm not doubting it. Like, I know my guildmate suggested that this is a great card to put on Warrior of Light, right? Because of the the HP boost. And then, of course, you get slash attack and attack up. This card would be great on Cecil. Am I right? This is going to be awesome on Cecil. And then we need to test this ability. This is what I really want to test. Yeah, look at this. Warrior Light can use it. Holy Knight can use it. So essentially, Cecil, Warrior Light, I can use this. He's top 10-ish. Testing the vision card ability on Cecil, he had 80% health and did 4.8k that came to the guy named Ragnar. Wow. That's crazy. How much you spend to get Leviathan? I made a video, King. I spent 10k. I just basically saved you about 10 minutes of viewing pleasure on my channel, but hey. Yeah, that's really good. 4.8k? That's insanity. What if Cecil was down to like 20%? He would be doing like 20k? 20k? How much you spend to get Leviathan? Max is? That's insane. Can you imagine how much damage this thing would be doing? Levy is max, but level 72. It doesn't, wait a second. Does it tell me? It does tell me, right? I just look it up, right? No, run click. Where is the thing that you click to see when you max it? It's been a while since I've been looking that up. Here it is, awakening bonus. So you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like you probably get 20%. Yes, do that screenshot. That'd be pretty legit. I think Cecil makes the Cecil makes the most sense here because if you use Cecil as a supporting unit, right, and Cecil is casting his shield on somebody, he takes life. Then he crash edge, because it just says according to amount of HP lost. Doesn't say it has to physically take damage. So bam, Cast shield, boom, use crash edge, kill, 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 boom, boom, boom. When can we see that Transformer collection of yours? I'll be honest, my man cave is being renovated right now. I don't know if I told you, son. Actually, I don't know if you knew this because I kind of sporadically update people on my situation in my place. But I have these things called, okay, what is it called? I have these things called, oh my god. Those glass display cases from IKEA. Detops, they're called Detops. And 2 of them shattered for some weird reason. So I spent a lot of time trying to clean it all up. It's still under quarantine right now because, you know, of the glass shards. I gotta make sure I clean all that up. Then I gotta go to IKEA and get some bookshelves to replace the Detops, so to speak, for my display. And then I'm gonna have to open up all my Transformers that are still in boxes and whatnot that I've been buying over years. And then subsequently, I will display them all in the way I want. On top of things, I'm gonna start going to craft stores and start working on diorama displays, backgrounds for them, which will probably take me a very long time to get exactly the way I want them. But I think that's great for me because now it'll give me some time to kind of do some crafting. And that's always something I feel like I can strive at because I love, you know, working things with my hands. Hey, Dr. Jinga Jebs, how you doing? It's still an RNG game. Yes, definitely it is an RNG game. So that all being said, I do already have a couple of displays with the Transformers in it. And I got some pretty nice stuff, I'll be honest. So hopefully I will shoot some videos for those and kind of add it to the channel for those of you who are interested. Because eventually I do want to expand the channel to perhaps feature just different things, right? Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I feel like the best strategy for me going forward is still maintain heavy coverage on the War of Divisions, but then start expanding on the channel, perhaps even changing the name of the channel to maybe Nash Tater's Lifestyle or Nash Tater's Life or something of that nature in which I can cover a bigger, broad spectrum of things. But I don't think I will do too much more because ultimately it's just a channel to cover essentially my hobbies, which will be gaming and then of course collecting things. Then if I want to do vlogging stuff, I think I'll start a separate channel for that. I'll do like my lifestyle things like vlogging and then of course traveling, and ultimately my main goal is to do cooking. Like that's my big plan. My big plan moving forward in life is to have a channel. Hopefully it will get to the point where, you know, it has hundreds of thousands of subscribers where actually I can put on a cooking show, you know, with high quality production value, right? I'm gonna have those expensive lights, expensive cameras, and then of course cooking sets and knives. And I would love to review like cooking utensils, cooking machines, any of those things. And if I get big enough with a big audience and I can reach out to those companies and maybe have them send me their products, I can review that for them. And who knows, maybe I'll give them for free, you know? And that's just a great way to kind of like just combine life with YouTubing. And I think that's a great way in this day and age to live, you know what I'm saying? Like share certain things with the world, but allows you the opportunity to give back. I have a pretty extensive history with cooking. It is, in my honest opinion, like one of my, I don't want to say passion because I think that's a little bit too strong of a word, but definitely something I enjoy doing, cooking up things. And I have a very diverse group of friends and family from different walks of life and different backgrounds. So I think if they come on the show and feature their like cooking from their own ethnicity and things like that, it's just a great way to showcase things in life. So that's my plan. Yes, let's knock out some level 80s. Thinking that this card would be good for Thancred. It could be good for Thancred, right? But I don't know if Thancred hits hard enough. I think he hits kind of squishy. Yes, perfect for Cecil in theory, yes. Nash, I'm going for Sakura and Bahamut, Esper, and Vision card. Good luck with that, Pedro. Did you say Walks of Life? Oh my god, oh! Dude, Ben, you just gave me the name of the channel, Walks of Life. Oh my god, dude, thank you. I know you didn't trademark it, so it's mine now. It's mine now. Nash Taters Cooking, Walks of Life. Wow, I like the sounds of that. Wow. Okay. Alright, back to featuring World Divisions though. One step at a time, like Jordan Sparks used to say, one step at a time. Alright, so we got what, 159. We need 275. I did actually summon. And I summoned on the banner in which, on the first step, like I said, this is the best deal in the game. So as you can see, I'm on step 2, so I did step 1. I won't reveal what I did because I will use that as a bonus material tomorrow in my video, I think. So you guys get a little bonus footage. So ticket summon wise, I still have 2. 100 here, 100 here. One of them is gonna have Leviathan, and the other one does not. So I have some opportunities to finish off some espers. Perfect Walks of Life. Very nice. Perfect, perfect. Walks of Life. Finir is better on Thinker in my opinion. Yeah, honestly, I haven't really... That's one unit that I don't really pay attention to at all. So it looks like, what, just me and you, Ben? Okay. You just gave the password, so I'm pretty sure it's filled by now. Actually, I have to be honest, Ben, I don't think my units are strong enough. I'll show you what team I'm rolling with. And you guys might get a good laugh at it, and I think we're okay. Here we go. If you guys want to laugh at my team, I'm okay with it. There's my team, boys and girls. I don't even have 4 dark slashing units. Hey, Nash, I got some idea for the stream. Okay, great. No problem. This is my team. I got a level 89 KR. I got a level 90, well, I got a weak version of Gafgarion, and I have Shadowlings, which is still the champion of Raid, seems like. And of course, I'm still relying on Orlando because I'm very lacking in Dark Slashers. So this is my team I'm using, and it's costing me 1 orb plus the free. So. I think this is like a very free-to-play friendly team. And I have no issues killing her. It just... I've gone to the point where I think there was like maybe like 9k left with this team. I've done it to the point where on a very good run, it leaves 9k on one run. So there's a possibility I could have got this easily farmable had I actually just have one more Dark Slasher on that team. I've been, you know the thing is, son, I've been testing this team for like a long time. And I think this is the best combination. Like this card helps the team because it gives slash, right? Slash attack up, 25. That 25% is more than my Diablo's card, which is a paltry 21%. So I think using this card makes more sense for me. But yeah, if I had a maxed out Diablos and I have a Dark Slasher, then I would have no issues. And speaking of which, let's take a look at what we're going to be doing for Dark Slashers. So I think my choices is going to be definitely Venera over Stern, because I feel like Gafgarion, it's a fine replacement of Stern. The key between these two units obviously is the speed. Stern fits better in terms of chaining. Gafgarion is essentially long surpassed in terms of usefulness. So, like Gafgarion, I guess you could say, still hits really hard in certain aspects of the game. And by the way, when he does get hit and he counters, he drains his entire life back, which is insane, right? As long as he can survive a hit and he triggers that, he's good to go again. But I think Beaner is definitely the key with the bells. But since I have KOR using the bells, if I had her, she probably wouldn't be using the bells. And I'm trying to build Homegirl here to get the thick cloth. It's gonna take a little while, but we're trying to get the apron, the loin cloth. You know. And that's the other thing. Tomorrow's video is gonna talk about what happens if you don't have the bells, right? Because if you don't have the bells, then you're gonna have to have with another strategy. And I think that's why this strategy is gonna be so good for a lot of players. So what do you guys think? You guys think you wanna help me out on getting this done? Let's see if we can get this. I really wouldn't mind getting these free items. What do you guys suggest in terms of the brutal? Because I know you can only bring 4 and it's a pretty nastiness. What are you guys using for this? What is the strategy that best works for the brutal? I'm open to suggestions here because I know a lot of you guys have really strong units and you guys have a lot of I think Orlando can do fairly well here. 1 Frederica, 1 Niblu. Calculators. Calculator times 4 won't work because they take way too much damage. Tanking last slot in all calculators. Alright, they did. You guys are more than welcome to come in. Let's see if this works, guys. 3 calculators and 1 tank. So we'll need 1 more calculator and let's get a tank in here. KYC, I love your guild name, by the way. I mean, KOR Stern works. I mean, he has a AoE damage. And worst case scenario, he can drain life, right? So, looks like KYC is switching the card up. And so I'm gonna wait to see what cards you guys are utilizing. And I will switch myself. So it looks like we're gonna go with all attackers. Let's do attackers. I have level 80 spin. Okay, so it looks like we are actually going with all KOR Sterns. So I guess I'll stick with the healer then, no tanks. Pedro, you probably don't. Okay, you know what? You can use that card. Let's try it. Hey, Kachu, how you doing? Kacho, sorry. I like to call your name Kachu, kind of, you know, like when you sneeze, you go achoo, kind of like that. I know your name. I know your name is not that, you know. Being Chinese myself, I recognize the name, unless obviously that's a Korean name. Then of course we're on a all new different ballpark there. But looks like someone's by themselves. Looks like King, you're by yourself. Can you handle all these guys by yourself? I may DE though, because I think I started alone at a corner. I was gonna say, I think you need a tank on this corner, but if you do an AoE, they're all dead. If you do an AoE, you kill them all. Wait a second, are we actually doing non-auto, or are you just turning on the bells? Oh, wow. I didn't realize Dwayne is so tanky. You know what? For next run, I'm going to switch to Missile Resistance. I think Missile Resistance ought to be really fun. I love Resistances, man. I love the fact that you take so little damage in these type of encounters. And it honestly makes you feel good inside because all the timing and the effort and the investments that you guys have done to build your account, it leads up to like this kind of like pinnacle here, right? This pinnacle of joy and happiness if you're able to conquer it. This right side is just so like heavy, so heavy. Hey, did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? I AoE them. This dumbass decides to counter shot, but there's a guy in front of him, so he counter shot his buddy. Hey Pedro, that was quite exciting, Pedro. You decided to kill yourself by killing those guys. But hey, that's the kind of prize of mission right there. The counter shot killed his own buddies. That was pretty dope. Yeah, you guys all have heavy hitters. So essentially we're going with the suicide. We're going with the Suicide Squad. We should redub this name Suicide Squad. I should redub this stream as the Suicide Squad. That skill is very powerful. The AoE disable is pretty sweet. I guess my guy's gonna res you, Pedro. At least attempt to, so. There she is. She's attempting to res you. And the fail set in. Looks like she's gonna have to go back to healing duties after this. King, you have to drain life, so maybe you can hit nib with your drain life. After this, we can either farm something else, whatever you guys want, or we can try for some raids, whatever you guys prefer. Here comes a heal. See, that's the thing. You need that one healer. In this case, one calculator should work. They don't do enough damage to me, so I think I'm okay. I think if you drain life here, she should be dead, right? You should hit her for like 8-9k probably. With your gear. With your limit break. Hazard Crusher, Nash, killing yourself. They should rename it to Suicide Squad Crusher. I mean, it does a lot of damage, but you also kill yourself. Wow, Dwayne is a powerhouse in terms of damage, man. And Pedro goes to heaven there. Joining him are some more comrades who decide to shoot themselves. I know, Pedro, mine is maxed. Trust me. I don't think full life is maxable, by the way. It's also based on your unit's faith, if I'm not mistaken. The good news is we only have to run this 3 times because you guys are all really kind folks. I'm pretty sure full life is not 100% even if you max everything. And to show you that, I will demonstrate. See? It's full life. See? Faith, 97. So it also depends on your faith, my friend. So Pedro, I'm sorry, but you clearly do not have. Wait, can I even click on you? Yeah, of course I can. And you're at a paltry 53, so yes. Therefore, there's a huge chance that you will not res. But this is actually a fairly fun run though. Next time I will not kill myself. Like I said, feel free to do so, just as long as you're taking these bad guys with you. I was gonna switch to the missile resistance, but it seems like King had no issues taking the damage. What is it, like 200 damage a piece? Meh, that's very negligible. You know what Dwayne reminds me of? He kind of reminds me of like these ancient Chinese soldiers. Like, I used to watch a lot of like Chinese dramas, Chinese soldier movies, you know, ancient times. That's kind of what he reminds me, with the little red cape, the heavy armor, and that little I think what did it for me was the little red sash, right? See that little red sash on his helmet? It really reminds me of some of those Chinese soldiers from back in the days, way back in the days, from like the Romance of the Three Kingdoms. By the way, Romance of the Three Kingdoms is definitely, in my opinion, one of the best legend / historic stories of Chinese history. I think that's definitely one of the most popular in the world, right? Japanese players love the Three Kingdom games. Like, if they had like an RPG or a strategy game like this, I'll be covering another game on my channel, that's for sure. I've still yet to find a really good, like a Three Kingdoms game. I think if you took this game and you kind of just overlaid it with Three Kingdom characters and Three Kingdom stuff, it will be a killer game, right? Because essentially a lot of these games, like I think Final Fantasy Tactics draws some inspiration from Three Kingdoms, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they don't admit to it, but I think they do, right? Because the whole idea of all these different kingdoms warring with each other, it's essentially what Three Kingdoms was. And all these different characters and everything. The PS1 Three Kingdoms games are good, yeah. I think I used to have some of them. But a lot of times, most of the time, they just make like massive warfare strategy games that it goes nowhere. I personally really enjoyed like the Dynasty Warriors series. Like, those games were awesome. I love those games. Alright, KYC is back, but can I survive is the question. Well, the good news is, since KYC came back, he takes all the damage. Yeah, that would be a great idea. Like, if Square can somehow get the rights to, if Square got the rights to, say, the Three Kingdom characters, that would make a badass game. Hack and slash, yeah, that's right. Hack and slash. I love the Dynasty Warriors series. It got kind of out of control though, you know? They made too many of them. Hell, they even make a Zelda version of the same game, right? It's called Hyrule Warriors. It kind of got out of hand, but you gotta admit, it's very rewarding to hit like 80 guys. To hit like 40 or 80 guys, you know, knock them all in the air and do your super moves. It just feels so good. Looks like Niv is back in combat. I would love to see a strategy version. Like, I'm talking about like a strategy RPG like this one. That would be crazy if they made Three Kingdoms, because it's so popular. I think Japanese players would spend so much money on that game. So one thing I learned today is that for those of you who are Star Wars fans, that game Galaxy of Heroes supposedly made $1 billion over however number of years it's been out. $1 billion, crazy. It's a arcade card game. Yes, that's very popular now in Japan. Fate Grand Order is a popular arcade card game in Japan. And when I was in Japan, I was like drooling over the game. And my fiance is like, you know, you can sit down and play it. I was like, I could, but I wouldn't know what to do. First off, I don't have any of the cards, right? And generally speaking, you have to collect the cards because the Fate Grand Order game, once you do enough stuff, they inject or eject cards so you can collect them and you build your deck. And then every time you go to the arcade, you play with, you know, your deck. And I think that type of interaction with games and cards, that is like the ultimate nerd's dream. I'm telling you right now, that is like the nerd's dream invention of the ability to build your cards and then just kind of stash your cards and have it being scanned, and bam, you have all these units that you're fighting kind of like live action style. It's so awesome. Wow, Genshin is at 730 million as of January 2021. So they will break 1 billion soon. I don't doubt it. That game is very loved by people. I mean, if you think about it, Genshin is essentially, come on, Breath of the Wild, right? Except you have all these anime characters running around. Yes, this is the last run, Pedro. Go kamikaze. I think Genshin Impact, whatever, it's a type of game that you have to be all in on, right? For those of you who used to watch Howl, whatever his name is, he's all in on that game now. Like, that's what he does. You can either become super big with that game, or you can be like a drop in the bucket, because I think tons of YouTubers kind of try to switch to that bandwagon, and some of them got even bigger than they were. And then a lot of folks are just essentially drops in the bucket, and there's just too many drops in the bucket, and you're not going to get big because of whatever reasons. So, you know, that wasn't something I really wanted to kind of go after, because I knew that a lot of it has to do with the fact that if you already have a humongous following, your following will only get bigger because there's so many people that plays that game. But if you're a tiny drop in the bucket like myself, I wasn't about to spend like thousands of dollars to try to potentially earn thousands of dollars. And so that's the way I looked at it. I mean, I did enjoy the game. I feel like it's a great game. But then the more footage that I watched, the more and more I realized perhaps it's not something that I would enjoy playing every single day. You know? And so that's kind of like the decision making behind that was kind of like the mentality behind the decision making on that. I still think it's a great game, but you know, it's not something I wanted to cover. And I still feel like this game fits my itch a lot more so than that type of game. And to be honest, I'm not very good at those games. People just be laughing at me, you know, like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? He's been climbing this wall for the last 30 minutes. And that's what I'll just be doing. I'll be like this. Climbing the wall for like 30 minutes, you know? It's like, what the... It could literally catch on fire, though. It could be like one of those situations where it's like, oh my god, everybody go watch that guy who's climbing a wall for 30 minutes, you know? But, you know, that wasn't a decision I was willing to go for. So, but anyways, all right, what do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to farm raids, or do you guys want to farm something else, or you guys want to hang out? Hey, what's going on, Quag? How you doing, buddy? Actually, I was going to ask you, Quag. We've just been talking about GI, but what games are you playing now? Like, what game are you into right now? Maybe we should farm books. So you guys want to farm, or you guys want to just hang? And you guys want to watch me do something? Let me see what my book supply looks like. Can I finish my spear? Yes. Maybe I should farm some books. If I get a lucky I guess I'm lucky, I can probably get all these maxed before they... Alright, let's do... Dailies for Honkai, that's right, you are playing. Everyone here can boost me in the raid. Hi, Ellen Lopez. Everyone here can boost me in the raid. What does that mean? What do you mean by boosting you in the raid? I can help you boost. Work's been busy, so no time to play anything. That sucks, Quack. I'm sorry about that. I guess not everybody has my luxury. Oh, by the way, speaking of luxury, my fiance has found another little gem on Netflix. For those of you who are interested in this, it's called Bling. Bling, like, you know, bling, like jewelry, Bling Kingdom. Let me be carried. What level are you? Sure, you can create a room and send us the password. I'm sure someone in stream will carry you. I can do it. I have I think a lot of free orbs left, or maybe I don't know. But anyways, it's called Bling Kingdom, right? And essentially it's about these Asians in Hollywood, and they're just, it's kind of like a Real Housewife type of reality show. It's kind of like this lady, I don't want to ruin anything for you if you want to watch it, but this lady's like super rich, and she's like, I want to go to a restaurant, but the restaurant is in another continent. So she goes and flies to the other continent on her jet plane to go have a party there. It's just like that kind of stuff. You know, the thing is, I don't even get jealous of people like that, because you can't really be jealous of people who are like billionaires, right? What are you jealous of? What are the odds of us becoming billionaires? Even if we won the lottery, we can never hit those type of status. And it's so funny, because we're here watching the show and we just can't stop commenting on the show, because like, I'm not gonna lie, majority of the people on this show, they look like plastic dolls, right? Because their face is all jacked up from all the Botoxes and things like that. This one guy, it looks like his face cannot even move. Like, it looks like he has no facial expressions. Like, when he smiles, there's nothing moving on his face. It's hilarious. It's a show that you definitely should watch. Okay, it says, let me be carried. I'm fairly new to the game, so I don't have to preferred units to get far in this raid on my own. I will be happy just to get to level 70 so I can get the +3. You would need to get to level 79, yeah. Battle Beasts, Alpha! What's going on, buddy? Oh my god, Battle Beasts. I love Battle Beasts. There's gonna be loads of salty people who think it's not okay to be rich, but this show takes richness to a whole new level. We're talking about like the you know how there's 1%? Well, this is like the 1% of the 1% rich. There's like 20, 30 Lamborghinis parked outside of her house. That kind of rich. And it is what it is. Like I said, I don't get jealous watching that. I feel more entertained watching people like that, you know? They're beyond the normal boundaries of richness. Yeah, I'm doing well, thanks, man. Battle Beasts. I mean, I typed in Discord. Battle Beasts actually part of the Transformers family. But when it came to America, Hasbro decided to release Battle Beasts as Battle Beasts rather than Transformers. Because in Japan, they sell Battle Beasts in individual packages with the Decepticon and the Autobot logos. I can only dream about collecting those, but they're like essentially like sort of like the holy grails of Transformer collecting, because if you went back and try to collect all those guys mint in boxes, you know, like in their original packaging from the 80s, it's probably gonna cost me a lot of money, because there were a lot of them too. That's why I hope one day somebody will re-release the Battle Beasts. I would love it. They maybe like release like decent sized ones. That would have been so awesome. Well, this show, like I said, you should just watch it. It's very entertaining. Like, go in there with an open mind, and all I can say is your mind will be blown in terms of being entertained. It's just too fun. So Eileen, like I said, I cannot help you because I will not be able to boost you unless you do a four people room. Like, there's plenty of strong people in this room, that can probably boost you to like 79. But you might have to spend some orbs to get the +3 armor. Because on my free-to-play account, I can probably get to 80, but it takes me a lot of orbs each fight. You know, that's just how it is. Just bear in mind, not everyone in this game can fully auto all the way through. So don't feel bad if you can't. But yeah, there should be plenty of people that can boost you to 79 if that was your goal. So Battle Beast essentially was, there was a cartoon series in which they were on a different planet. You know, obviously the cartoons were to promote selling the toys. But in Japan, they treated them as part of the Transformer world because the Transformers, the Autobots, visited the planet. And as a result, they fought the Decepticons on the planet. And, you know, they were friends with each other. But the beasts themselves don't transform or anything, obviously. But that's the lore of it. Okay, great, Pedro. Thank you very much. There should be more people joining in, since you already gave us a password, right? It is. Yes, Quack. It's literally like we were like, after we watched the first episode earlier, we're like crazy rich Asians, crazy rich. I mean, I think it's more like filthy rich Asians, you know. But it is so interesting. Like I said, she keeps finding these hidden gems. This other show we used to watch together was this dating show. Is this dating show about Indians getting set up for marriage, right? This whole show is just about what is it called? Like these counselors, right? These counselors who get Indian people together, busy Indian people together, and try to set them up for marriage. It's like this whole freaking series. And I was so addicted. I just love watching it because it's so fun. I love watching those type of shows. I get addicted to little simple things like that. It's just hilarious. I didn't see so much help. I think being female helps. Well, there you go. Well, the thing is, you could just say you're female and then people will help you. Well, that was the thing. I think that was the interesting part about that show, was that, you know, I have a lot of Indian friends, and arranged marriage is still a thing in India. And so that kind of like shed some light on the culture. And on top of it, there were people from all walks of life on that show. So it wasn't just like rich people, you know. And it was a very interesting show, I gotta admit. It was very interesting. It was entertaining. And I think end of the day, when you watch shows like that, you don't have a lot of expectations, so to speak, and it makes watching them kind of like guilty pleasures, right? You know, you probably should be doing something else instead of watching these shows, but you know, when you sit down and watch it, it's just fun, entertaining. Change my name to Queen. Yeah, you can change it whatever you want. Is it okay if I paste my password rooms here for a bit, Nash? Of course, you could do whatever you want. This is a stream that I don't try to like be a tyrant, you know? I don't have like Nightbot running. I don't have any of that stuff. But anyways, let me do something since I've been doing nothing but storytelling. I will create some rooms for farming while some of you guys are helping the damsel in distress to get her +3 armor. I would like to farm some books, so for those of you who want to join me, I would like to farm some spears, because I need 100 books. And then we'll farm for about 30 minutes. It definitely seems like tonight's a little bit slower than my previous streams. Seems like perhaps one of the other streamers streaming tonight, so there seemed to be a lot less viewership tonight. And sometimes that's just how it goes. Oh, really? What's the what vision card did you get maxed? It's a good feeling, isn't it, when you like max like a UR vision card? You feel like you accomplished something in the game. Looks like Kalora is here, and we got 2 folks here, and that should be more than enough to run it. Oh, well, congratulations. You got a max before I did. What are you, a spender? Are you a splender? Are you a spender? There we go. We got some people in here now. Oh, wow. Chows, I love your setup here. I love it. I love this unit. I love the wolf helm. That looks pretty dope. This is actually a good time to level up your units too, if you have units that needs to be leveled up. Yeah, like whenever they feature a brand new vision card, that is the best time to maximize it. Edward, I think I remember you changing. I remember you having yours as scout. So, but it looks like we do have a new person, Mr. Chow. Welcome. You have not spoken in chat, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But welcome to hanging out with Nash on Friday night, and we're gonna be doing some runs. Why is it a good time to level up? Well, maybe not necessarily level up per se, but it's a great time to try to maximize it. And you don't actually have to maximize it right away, but just the fact that you have all the shards during the time of release, it's just, I'm not sure if that's the question you're asking, but if it is, it's like when it releases new cards or units, they give you the opportunity to obtain all the shards within that given time slot. Creeping on Nash. I have no problems. This stream is designed for us to hang out together. It's kind of like my hangout night. Oh, you guys. Yeah, Kendra, I appreciate that. Like, I know a lot of people still ask me to join Twitch, but I'm still a little hesitant until I feel like Twitch has stabilized somewhat. There's just a lot of, I feel like every time I watch something on Twitch, there's always seems some kind of people who try to start drama and things like that. And I know it's inevitable, but so far, every stream I have done on YouTube has been surprisingly, well, I don't want to use the word surprisingly. It has been very pleasant. There's no one that comes in here and starts going crazy or anything like that, you know? But I know there's a lot of bad experiences on Twitch. And like I said, I'm still not at the point of trying to monetize, you know. But when the time does come, I will definitely have to see if the supporters of me and the supporters of my channels and whatever are willing to help me monetize. So we'll see how all that goes. That's fair. Internet is all about drama. I mean, I love drama. Just sometimes I don't like to engage in drama, you know. Unless I'm getting paid. If I'm getting paid, then we can be drama all we want, you know. I guess it depends on the type of drama that I'm seeking. You're almost there. I'm almost there, Alpha. Almost there. Edward, if you want to go crazy, you could do it, right? I don't know how to even kick people out of this chat because, like I said, I don't have the moderator thing running going on. I don't have Nightbot running. That little thing that automatically does things. Yes, I cannot agree more, Edward. I play games to escape drama. Monetize support. See, the way I look at it is like, monetizing my channel essentially just means I turn on ads, right? I know that there are a lot of people out there that use ad blockers. Maybe there's people who use premium YouTube in which they don't see ads at all every time they view things. And I'm not at the point where I'm doing Patreon or other stuff like that. I'm just not at. I'm not there, and not because I don't want to do it. It's just more like mentally I'm not there yet. I'm having so much fun doing what I do. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Cabbage could have been making like, you know, some cash here and there, pocket change perhaps. And it would just be like literally like dimes, right? I'd be making like dimes. And he probably couldn't make enough money off of his channel, given his activity level and things like that, to essentially support his spending habits for War of the Visions. You know, I think ultimately that's pretty much just my goal right now. Like, I have bigger plans, but if I monetize, it will essentially just be like the money that comes in, which, by the way, it won't be that much. It would just be enough for me to perhaps buy more packs for the game. You know what I mean? Or maybe buy like a brand new equipment that I need for my... Like, ultimately, I do want another monitor. So instead, right now, I'm just staring at my iPad. That's why you always see me facing this way. But if I have two monitors, I can be more like fluid in terms of my streams. Maybe I can get one of those things that can switch between streaming things and things like that. You know, there's so many things you can spend money on. Maybe buy like big lights, which I will eventually need anyways. Maybe like a stronger mic. You know, like maybe like a nicer desk. Maybe I could like move all my entire getup to my man cave. So in my background, you're constantly seeing my Transformers and things like that. Because originally, right now I'm sitting in my office, right? Originally, this is my fiance's office. And the good news is, like, she doesn't bring any work home, so there's not a whole lot she needs to do here. So essentially, I've completely taken over the office. But I can envision myself having a super nice setup with like nice lights and all this different setup in my man cave. Oh, there it is. Pew, pew, pew. What's going on, second? I would just actually refer to you. I made a little reference to you earlier because you were saying that I have an 8K barrack. Hey, by the way, I updated to 10K, so you can't make fun of me now. I'm in the 10K club. But anyways, I think this will give me a better, like, I will have a nice transition into adding other things to the channel. You know what I mean? Like, people can be more receptive of that once they see my man cave, they see my Transformers, they see my other toys, and, you know, my TV setups and all this stuff. And I think it'd just be maybe a better experience in the future. Maybe 2021 will be the final product of how I envision all this to be. So we'll see how that goes. No, man, I'm talking about me. I know you're already high on your barracks. I'm talking about me. I'm at 10K. And so, Alpha, do you watch any, do you collect any Masterpiece Transformers? Or do you have like a lot of the vintage Transformers? I will, Itsuki. I'm gonna be working on those things. Stream from Man Cave. I know. I'm hoping to do that soon. Second. I think I need to just like ask everybody. Hey man, go get your friends. Go get your family. Boom. Let's get this channel to 1K subscription. Let's get some revenue in here, and then we're gonna start buying some extra equipment. Like, I definitely need a nice desk, right? I got this chair here. I need a nice desk to be able to set up in my man cave. That's the idea here. I will soon, Kendra. It's coming. It's coming. I'm not gonna lie. I'm making baby progress. You know, little baby steps. Search for SDF-1 1 out of 3,000. All right, let's do that right now. I'm thinking if I should get Solidus for the vision card select. Yeah, why not? What is SDF? Huh? What is that? Is that like a... Oh, I think that's Robotech. No, it's Macross. Super Dimensional Force. See, somebody knows what that is. That's not bad. What is that? Is this vintage? Yamato Arcadia 1 out of 3K SDF Macross. Is that your prized possession? No, you don't have to spoil because I'm already looking at it. It's Macross. It looks pretty dope. 1 out of 3,000. How big is this thing? I probably can just type that in, but I imagine it's only 3,000 ever made. You know, I'm surprised at the price tag for a 3,000 ever made though. I can't wait. Like right now I have, for those of you who know anything about Transformers, I have, well, okay, first off, for those of you who know about Transformers, you guys know about Dinobots, right? Dinobots. No, that's the scale. Oh, my bad. I thought it was 1 out of 3,000 made. That would be even more dope. 1 foot high, so that's not bad. 12 inches. My biggest one I have, the biggest one I have, I think is 20 inches is the biggest one I have. So about a foot and change. But there's talks right now that they're gonna make the largest Transformer ever made, which will stand at 4.5 feet tall. 4.5 feet tall. You imagine that, 4.5 feet tall. But we're talking about a price tag of probably like, I don't know, 1,500, 2 grand. But we're not sure if that's ever going to be made. But if it does, obviously, I would be sporting that bad boy in my room. But yes, anyways, let's talk about Dinobots. So Dinobots, they made humongous different sizes, but I think, in my honest opinion, one of the better ones on the market. There's only 2 companies that makes really good ones, and I have 4 out of 5. For some weird reason, I can't seem to get the 5th one because it's under back order. So I'm just waiting for the 2nd or 3rd batch to come in, and bam, I'm done. And I can't wait to display those guys because those things, when you hold them in hand, it just doesn't do justice if you just take a picture of it. No, it's not Unicron. Unicron currently is right now the biggest one ever made because their official company is making it. I think that one stands at like, I want to say maybe 30 inches. But this one is going to be Fortress Maximus. And it's going to be humongous. There's already pictures, like prototypes shown to us. But I think we're pretty scared that it's not going to be made, you know, because of the price tag probably. I mean, just imagine the metal and the plastic they have to put in this thing, right? Yes, the weight. I think the weight of the Transformers or the toy itself makes a big difference. Like if they're like all like light, super light, it's kind of like, eh. I have to pass, right? Because cheap materials, cheap plastic. A 4.5 feet, yes. Yeah, it's humongous. It is humongous. There is a lot of hopes that this will get released. I'm not crossing my fingers, but if it does, I'm definitely picking that bad boy up. Well, that's the thing, right? You don't really play with them because if you think about it, the largest ones are going to be statues by far, right? There's plenty of companies that make statues that sell for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 grand easy. And so, yeah. And I think for me, that's the issue too. Like if they're too much in size, they're just there for display and kind of like the wow factor. And my house is not like one of those super pimped out houses, but you know, I think essentially I have a 2-story house, and essentially upstairs is completely pretty much being taken over by me. We don't have any kids yet, so it's essentially I've taken over all of upstairs. Like we have a lot of bedrooms upstairs, but they're all used up for storage right now. And then my man cave is essentially taking over 50% of the square footage upstairs. Like I have a lot of stuff going on, but it's pretty rough. Pretty rough though. I think she's doing a 4 people raid. She's trying to get to level 79. So she's trying to post up the passwords in her room. So every time she posts, you guys can just join and help her out. If she's still in here. I don't know if she left or not. All right. So I got 23. I need 100 total. Get this spear finally done. But you guys saw, surprisingly, I'm still doing okay with the weapon that I got. So, technically speaking, you don't even need like a maxed out version. I'm still poking people and stabbing them to death. And they're doing a decent job of it, so. But I still always question, why is it that certain fights, I just like cannot put a dent in their defense? It kind of really makes me like think that, is this game way overpowered than it needs to be at certain point? Like, how is it I'm putting like no dent in that team? Like, I did almost no damage to them. How is that even possible? And then I look at their gear, and it looks like it's not like they have anything extraordinary, you know? Yes, you're right. Books are a pain. That's why it's like it makes fun to farm with other people when I'm streaming, because you can just chat about things. It's kind of like you're just sitting here and you're just hanging out. Maybe you grab your big cup of tea or your cup of coffee or whatever drink that you like, and you're just hanging out with some friends, shooting the breeze, and you're just kind of farming in the background, you know, and you're just having a good time. Right, but Pedro, you understand, like the people that you're playing with are probably mostly people who live in like, you know, people who are living like in the Western Hemisphere. So we're all in a, you know, 10, 11 o'clock hour, and we're just hanging out. I don't even know. Like last week, I got completely annihilated by a team of Ayaka, which should be easy to kill. I think it was a tank. I think it was a Warrior Blight, and it was Niv. Those 3 units. Like, I got completely destroyed. I did put no damage on their team. Now, by the way, I did skip, so it's possible that I actually killed someone and Ayaka resurrected. I don't know. But still, it's very obnoxious. But you know, it is what it is, right? I fought teams that had like Ayaka, Warrior Blight, and Agrius, and just I wasn't putting any dents in them. But I'm pretty sure that team isn't really viable anymore because of fire units are becoming more and more potent in terms of damage. I think Christmas Mashity probably put Agrius to a point where you have to start second thinking about putting her on defense. It is. I mean, we all know it's designed to promote, you know, the new units, right? So yeah, I'm not stressed. I wasn't sharing that information to be upset about it. But in previous stages, again, it's just Ayaka and Warrior Blight combos were just so like hard to break. I think Venera or defensive ignoring units probably helps quite a bit. Yeah, that's sorry to hear, Pedro. I'm surprised there are not a lot more people that play in Portugal. More people who are fans of this type of game. I think Final Fantasy is pretty big across the world, but you know, maybe just seek out, you know, people who play in Europe in general. That could be something you can look up. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Venora is not going to have much success against holy users, right? Since 2020, I've been saying it. If you see holy users, ignore them. And now we're getting more and more units that have guaranteed hits. Yeah, that 30 AP is pretty nasty. But you figure if Cecil does one shield buff, he should boom hit 30 AP, right? So on his next attack, he can essentially just use that skill and hit pretty hard. Actually, someone came in here earlier and said that Cecil was doing like 4.8k? No, 4.4k. I'm sorry, Pedro, then. I'm not sure, you know. Maybe you should check Reddit to see if there's like some sort of forum for your players, European players. But yeah, 4.4k, it's pretty insane. That's a lot of damage. Not many units can survive 4.4k. $6k is a lot of damage. I think the most I've done was like 13k, but that's off a chain though. Yeah, Cecil is really good. Like, I know a lot of people say he sucks and he's trash, but I don't know. Cecil seemed pretty legit to me. About to sub up on all mine and my lady's YouTube accounts. D Fred, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. It's no rush. I'm not in a rush. It's just a matter of time. It's kind of like how War of the Vision is designed. It definitely tests your patience. And I just learned that I do my own thing, right? I can't be someone I'm not. I can't force myself to do things that I don't enjoy. And I certainly don't want to play the game the way that I don't enjoy. Or, as I like to say, is sell myself out for things just to get subscribers and things like that. So, yeah, I pull for Leviathan. I think I'm at 259 shards. So I just need a few shop to open up. But I got a whole week, so I'm not really in a rush. I don't really have a need for it right now, right? My Cecil is not maxed. Because that was a unit I didn't really feel like maxing by spending my gems. Yeah, Cecil does way more damage than Ramza. I feel like Ramza has completely dove off of a cliff. But, you know, that's okay, right? Because you kind of expect it. It's kind of like when the game first came out, Sid was like quote unquote SS tier. And then now Sid is probably like, I don't know, maybe like B tier or A tier. Nothing special. Like, he still can get the job done in a lot of areas, but you know, you don't need him anymore. There's so many units in this game that can fulfill Sid's role. No, I am alpha. I'm actually strengthening my water units. Like, I have Glaciala, I have Ayaka. I mean, not Ayaka, Eldara, and they're in my squad of being worked on right now. I do care. It's not like I don't care. On my main account, I essentially just go with the flow on a lot of things. But when it comes to my free-to-play account, I'm very, very like laid back in my approach. This is the reason why I got Leviathan. Like, you know, I was actually preparing for the future. Yeah, but the thing is, like, you know, the thing is though, like, Cecil is very flexible because he does a lot of damage, right? But the thing is, not a lot of people use him as a bruiser, right? A lot of people use him as that supporting unit to do the shield casting. And then this card, Leviathan, with the extra ability, really kind of trying to maybe perhaps secretly pushing Cecil in that way for the supporting aspect. But if you use him as a brutal, or not a brutal, if you use him as a bruiser, he does great, you know? He hits really hard. Like, he nukes like dark units. He nukes dark units hard. I haven't seen the video, but I did see it pop up. Sorry, Pedro, if that's the way you feel, and if that's the way it is, then you don't want to stay up all night just to participate in the stream, you know? But hopefully that's not the last time we see you, but if it is, take care of yourself. Still stay in the Discord and hang out with us. Yeah, Eldara is very good. She's pretty amazing. I'm building a Eldara because I want to have her and my little Leela to kind of make things a little faster in terms of farming things on my own. So this is why I farm 2 sets of the healing mace. So I can have that chance of just kind of get that ready. And the other option was to get that card from Christmas, which I did not. But, you know, it's not a big deal, right? Because there's always something that's going to come around eventually that you can get for them. Math club. I was never part of the math club in high school, but now I'm part of the math club now in real life, so. I overslept on that stream since it was 10 a.m. on Saturday. Hey, listen, you don't have to get up to watch my stream. I think I'm gonna go for maybe a different day as well to stream extra, but it seems like Friday is the more popular one for me. Yeah, the Eldara card was limited. That was a Christmas one. I didn't get it. I got it on my free-to-play account. And then, of course, I got Eldara along with KOR Stern on one pull on my free-to-play account. So I was just anticipating getting Eldara on that account eventually. And I did. So okay, Pedro, take care. Island or Elin? Congratulations, Eldire is a great unit. And yeah, 89 is probably more than sufficient for now. But once level 120 comes, she'll still probably be a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, the card I think really kind of helps her a lot. Like, it's a really good card. You know, I didn't get it. It is what it is. Next time, right? There's always the next time. I think they will bring it back, right? I mean, there's no reason for them not to. It's money. There's like the beauty about these type of things is it prints money, right? This game prints money. That's what it does. Anytime it releases something, you see tons of people spending, right? You see tons of people spend on Kane, which was a pleasant surprise. I didn't really think that many people would summon. You see tons of people spending on Dwayne. Again, great for the community, because more people spend means better content we'll get in the future. Yeah, no problem. Christmas time. Yeah, Christmas time is always coming back. What is your name in game, Elin? Yeah, that's probably true. That's a good point. Maybe by next Christmas we'll get another card. But I don't really foresee them releasing a more powerful version of the same card, because they'll probably just rerun that card. They'll probably give us another powerful card for a different game or a different unit. Red Wyvern. Okay. Oh, well, somebody was kind enough to leave. Well, Island, you can join in anytime you want. We're waiting. Thank you, Kalora, for giving your spot up to Island. That's very kind of you. And I think that is the game, the long haul, right? Like Koi said earlier, and he says the same thing every time, essentially, whenever the subject comes up. It is a marathon. This game is a marathon, folks. Don't think too much about it. Don't dream too much about it. Just play the game and enjoy every moment while you can, right? Yeah. Just take the time, you log in, and then just enjoy the moments, you know, just stand back and enjoy the moment, because that's what the beauty of this game is. It's always offering something all the time. And if you don't have the flavor of the month, you know what? It's okay. Like, I didn't get Niv, right? I was a little pissed, but it's okay. Niv would drop in my lap eventually. Thanks, Fred. I'm the People's Champ. I think that should be my new nickname, People's Champ.
Much enjoy you will, This game you enjoy. Too long, too old, no time to train.
Vader? No, that was Yoda. Nib doesn't have any good weapons. Are the bells still available to get, and how? I'm still a new player and I hear they are really good. Welcome, Larry Daniel, to the stream. Yes, the only way you can get the bell is from a unit called Ziza. So if you can get Ziza, that's definitely the unit to go after. There is an alternative. You can actually also get Thick Lady.
This is the way. People's Champ, they say I am.
This might take a bit. Yeah, so if you go for Loincloth from Thick Girl, you can actually also kind of get that same thing, but it rivals that of Ziza. But you already have Ziza, so you got to start farming really hard. Yeah, spend your medals from Arena and just kind of get her all the time. Odoa.
Odoa you are. Odoa's loincloth you will have.
Thick thighs saves lives. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. In fact, a thick thigh girl definitely has the loincloth that will put you over the top. Yeah, Odoa is definitely really good too. Like, again, tomorrow I'm going to be talking about the bells. What you could be doing if you don't have the bells. A different approach to the game. Completely different mentality. Completely different strategy. I got to get up the credit to my guildies. They kind of like show me the way, show me the light, if you will. So, not hyping it up by any means. But I've been thinking about this for a while now. And I think it fits perfectly with my strategy video for Saturdays. And that's what I'll be doing. Strategy Saturday. Stay tuned. Big things have small beginnings. Remember that? Big things have small beginnings. That's what she said. I'm at 70, boys and girls. 70. Looking for 30 more, and then I'm probably gonna have to stop the stream. Let me recharge a little bit here. You know, this game literally sustains itself. Hey, Ryan. How's it going? It's going okay. I think definitely a lot of people coming in and out. I think the numbers didn't hit quite as high this week. But, you know, I'm okay with it, you know, as long as a lot of the regulars come and hang out. Can we talk about the story? What's the story? What story are we talking about? On Light Bros. Yeah, it's okay. Like, I usually start around 9 p.m. and end around 11:30. Like, I try not to go over too long over 11:30. So tonight I'm going to end it at 11:30. There's always next week. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Are you going to talk about the story of the game? You can talk about the story of the game. I don't think anybody cares because I think everyone's up to par on the story, I think. I'll give you guys a minute to see if anybody wants to join. If not, we can just keep rolling. You can farm this thing with 2 people, no problems. Generally speaking, I don't like to stream longer than 2 hours because I feel like this bright ass light that's shining in my face constantly, it starts giving me a headache. Like, I start feeling very headachy after a while. But the light definitely, like, you know, make my face pop more, even though my face is already fat. It's like I don't want it to pop, but it is popping. That's one of my plans, to try to shed some poundage this year. Ziza's a good girl now. Ziza's a good girl. Good girl she is. I gotta think of some other voices I can do. I always wanted to do Starscream's voice. Nash needs the 1K sub. Haven't played the new chapter yet. Guys, support our bro. Hey, if you guys view me as the people's champ, you gotta support me as the people's champ. That's what I'm gonna start referring myself as. K-pop Nash or people's champ. Self-proclaimed people's champion. If you smell what Nash is cooking. It's a shame you can't really do a lot of pop culture references, huh? Stitch from Lilo and Stitch? I don't think so. What is Lilo and Stitch? Scooby-Doo. Ooh, Scooby-Doo's a good one. I would love to do Scooby-Doo. How do I do Scooby-Doo? It's just like, let me see. Scooby-Doo's like, huh? Shaggy. K-pop Nash. I like K-pop Nash. That's a pretty good one. For real, that day my haircut looks exactly like all those K-pop stars. The weird net-looking hairstyle that they got going on. People's Champ. If you smell what the Rock. I can't say Rock because that might be stealing it. If you smell what the Nash is cooking. Mark Hamill, Joker. Mark Hamill did a Joker? Scooby-Doo starts everywhere with That's actually pretty hard to do. I would like to do like Megatron or Optimus Prime. Those are like my dream voices. Love to get that gig, you know. That'd be a pretty fun gig. I thought about like voice acting for the longest time, but I know it's not easy to do since essentially all the big name people, when they make animation movies in America and things like that, they usually go with big names, right? They don't really have like no name voice actors do that. Oh, he did, really? You mean Batman the animated? That was like, oh my god, I love that show. That's what essentially for me put DC on the map for me. Like I grew up liking Marvel stuff, right? I mean, everybody and anybody knows about DC, but for me, like that put Batman on the map for me. I should go back and watch some of those. Is that it? Okay, here we go. Everybody's back. Everybody's back. Everybody needs books. Free books means free times. Mark also played Ozai, I believe, in Avatar Last Bender. Really? That's awesome. Mark is a talented individual for sure. Like, that's the thing, like, I like, comic book wise, I was like all about Marvel stuff. Like, I never really enjoyed too much of DC stuff. Yeah, man, old school Batman shows were awesome. Remember the wham, bam, man, oh man, I love watching Adam West. Oh, I know that Adam West did what? Family Guy? That's hilarious. I always want to imitate Adam West too. The original Batman from the 70s, man, that was the... I remember, I'm not gonna lie, Wonder Woman was definitely my favorite though. Huh, Linda Carter, woo. That little tiny waist that she was sporting with the hips. Linda Carter, Linda Carter, Linda Carter. I think that was like, definitely like stimulation material for a lot of young boys back in the days. Now I have to venture to say I wasn't one of them, I'll be honest, but I can imagine Linda Carter being the stimulus, if you will, for a lot of young lads on their journey to being an adult or whatever. Man, yeah, the Batman Beyond, that was really good. Justice League was pretty good. Like the Batman animated series for me was like, I was actually like tempted to collect all those action figures, but I didn't. But I felt like the animated series, the art was so good for Batman animated. But the character Robin, I actually never enjoyed his character. I have to say, I never really enjoyed him. Like, I think I like Bane. Bane was definitely one of my favorite characters. Villain, if you will. I love him. Like, I used to read Hawkman comic book. I don't know, it just seems so boring now, look back. It's very boring. Wow, that's pretty hardcore, man. That's definitely adult oriented. I don't know, like I haven't even seen Aquaman, the new movie. Like I didn't watch the new Wonder Woman. It just I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. Like, you know, like for some reason it just doesn't appeal to me. But I think like I still enjoy Batman the most in the cinematics. You know, everything else is kind of like blah. But when they put Ben Affleck into the suit of Batman, that's when I decided to walk away. There's been a lot of good Batmans, right? But when Ben Affleck did that, I'm like, nah. Watch new Wonder Woman on mute. The story is atrocious. I'm sorry, but the actress, as fine as she is, I was told she is not the brightest bulb on the Christmas tree, if you know what I mean. Like, she just seems a little off-putting-ish. She's just very odd. I mean, she's pretty good looking though. Eye candy for sure. Yeah, I feel you on that. I think DC animation is pretty legit. What about that one movie that was like it's like an evil Superman, that little kid who's like it's a horror movie, he's going around killing people. He's using his secret powers to kill people. That was an interesting concept. Too bad it probably flopped, right? Because it's probably not like a type of movie that people like, oh wow, okay. Gal Gadot. Yeah, just a weird name. I am Batman.
I'm Batman. You come get me, I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Batman. Batman's pretty legit. Homeboy has no superpowers of any kind. Relies on his ninja skills. And of course, his arsenal of weapons and accessories. How can you not love a character like that, right? And he stomps Superman. And Superman's like, oh, me, Superman. Remember, no one watches actors for their intellectual thought. We watch them for acting roles. Well, to be fair, I watch them for their bodies, maybe their face, you know, eye candy, right? I don't think too much about what they think in real life, what they think about, you know, life and things like that. I don't really care, but for some people though, they do care. For me, I don't care. I was just bringing it up because that was a topic of conversation people had about her. I mean, she's nothing special, if you want to put it that way, you know? It's not like I would go out of my way to like go and chase her autograph or anything. I actually done that. I actually met like movie stars before and I asked for their autograph. But then I thought to myself, what am I going to do with this? You know? Yeah, sometimes like, you know, it is what it is. Like a lot of people have different backgrounds and they kind of go through things differently than you're normal folk who have normal lives and whatever. So I think Denzel's pretty legit. Although it's been pretty iffy, the movies that he's been making lately though. This seems all a bit weak. I think he's a great actor, but I'm not 100%. I was one of those folks that didn't understand how he won the Oscars, if you will. You know, I didn't feel like that was a performance warranting Oscars. But hey, I'm not the one voting either, so. either way, you know, the beauty of life is everyone has their free will and people make decisions how they make it. It's like recently I spent way too much money. Oh, Training Day. He won Best Actor for Training Day. And I crashed. I have not crashed in like all day. I've been playing all day and I haven't crashed. But I guess that's it. You guys got the rewards, I didn't, and so be it. So I think I'm gonna have to cut the stream off now. I want to thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for the continuous support, and we'll do this again next week. And then I think very soon I gotta start thinking about maybe starting another day of streams, right? Because I think we pretty much essentially build a pretty strong base with the folks coming on Friday nights, but maybe we will think of another night that I can perhaps add more folks to hang out with the community and whatnot. So again, thank you everybody for coming. And if you guys are okay, question: I have equipment like Warrior Lyro for Seasonal Shooter, but I was trying to make into +5, but near got that far. Should I just dismantle them? I have a few equipment like Warrior Blood Armor that I was trying to make into +5, but never got that far. Okay, before I go, Larry, don't dismantle them because you're gonna waste your recipes that you spent a lot of time earning them. Go ahead and save them because they are gonna come back in the future and then you can finish them up later. All right, there we go. Okay guys, thank you for the support. And for those of you who are new to the stream, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up and hanging out. We're gonna do this again next Friday, and most likely I'm thinking about adding another day somewhere near the future. Maybe it's one of those things where I'll just add a stream, kind of ad lib, if you will. And of course, once I hit 1K subscribers, that ad lib will be a lot easier because then I can say announcement, streaming, so and so, when and when, and boom, we can go from there. All right, guys, take care of yourself. Until next time, thanks for listening. Thanks for showing up. Nash haters and the family out here. Let me repeat that. K-pop Nash out of here. Peace.